like, look, bro. You know what I appreciate about like this whole, especially with events like these streaming awards. Like it's hit and it's only hitting me now. That's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, let me address this. It's the fact that like people are really, finding their space, dog. I would put it in that way. People are finding their space. People are finding their people, right? And well, the early signs of you finding your people is you finding your crowd, you finding your audience, you finding the people that rock up to your chat every time you stream, right? Especially shout out to those who do it consistently. You feel what I'm saying? That's one way of spotting your, I don't know, kind of positioning within the space. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to this parasocial connection that ends up developing between a creator and their audience. You know what I'm saying? Your fan will tell you what to do, right? And look, if that's of benefit to you, go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Be your chat's, feel me, your chat, because you are their form of you are their entertainment. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? By things like hearing what chat is telling you, how chat wants you to entertain them, things like that, you end up falling into a specific pocket, right? Because I'm looking at all these people on this list, man. You know what I'm saying? There's people that do this, all kinds of shit. Like, okay, and what I'm realizing is that within the gaming sector of the whole streaming thing, there's a whole bunch of type of gaming, right? What is that? RPG, something like that. What adventure games, this kind of game, battle games, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was a whole sub, universe of these awards where it's like, to a point where I feel like there should be like a gamers streamer awards just for gamers, bro. Gaming is such a huge industry, such a huge community, bro, such a huge collective of people, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to people like Flats, you know what I mean? Shout out people even like Jinxie, bro. Like all these people that are like big with like the gaming sort of sector, because those people, right? As I say, like the one thing that is of benefit and why I wanted to point out the fact that things like streamer awards, showing and that event showing us, the different pockets of like. Within the streaming sector, bro. A whole lot of these people on the list, I don't even know them. As I told you, like I just wanted to see the reason why people's is winning. You know what I'm saying? It's people that I've never heard of. You feel what I'm saying? Here and there, I've heard of them. Shout out Queso. You know what I mean? Shout out the regular niggas, like the people that I'm tapped into, the Black Boy Maxes. You feel me? The Kaisenats, obviously. Well, as of late, like. My attention to Kai has been declining, bro. It's been going down and down. I only just see the brother on clips nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but shout out him, though. He racked up a whole bunch. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, these awards, bro, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, they've exposed, like, these different pockets that exist within the sub pockets of streaming. You feel what I'm saying? And for me, that just, like, it opens up the whole... this world of streaming, just like in seeing how niggas can take, you know what I'm saying, can take opportunities, like in you can try different sectors of it, and this is for people that might want to jump into streaming, you know what I'm saying, not knowing where to start, not knowing how to go about it, you know what I'm saying, even down to a point where of like being yourself, you know what I'm saying. I don't know what was the award that I Love Puzzles won. Most unique or being yourself or some shit, like some along those lines, bro. It's like, yo, you being awarded for that kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, it tells you, yo, you don't know what to do, you want to jump into this whole thing, like just jump in, be yourself. It could be anything, right? And obviously the more and more you amass your community, the more and more you gain the members of your community, right? It's gonna be a matter of like you just and there's ways to dissect this, right? You can pay attention to what they want, how they want to be entertained, right? But that might be a slippery slope though, because that's you giving them the power to just like control you, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like make you a puppet of some sort. You know what I mean? You could do it like that. You can just like do your own thing and stick to it. Stand on whatever you're standing on, and then just off of off of operating that way, you can have the people that tune into you just stick to what you have to give to them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you being controlled by what they want to see. You feel what I'm saying? And you get people like Soluminati and things like. But I don't. Yeah, Soluminati be streaming. Like, I don't know why he's not. Did he even have a nomination in any category? Well, okay. The point I'm trying to make is that, you know what I'm saying, in terms of new streamers to me that I've never heard of. You feel what I'm saying? That's a W on that front in terms of introducing me to a whole bunch of individuals on that level. You feel what I'm saying? Soluminati and them. Soluminati is already solidified. He's established. He's a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't stream a lot. He just drops YouTube content and shit like that. But you know, I see him sometimes from time to time to stream. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! I forgot, bro. That nigga got banned. Oh, what? My boy So got banned. I forgot. Shit. What was he playing that little game? You know, there was this little gaming run. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 days, 4 days, maybe a week max, where he had come back from one of his long recesses, right? So, you know, he had come back. He was playing. I think he was on a collab game stream with his girl. He did that. Isn't that shit live? Hey man, I don't know. That nigga, I remember that nigga just like coming back on some like explaining a whole bunch of shit, man. Yapping it up about like, yo, I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna, you know, I got this calendar. He held up a calendar, you know, started circling some dates. Yeah, this day I planned this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, da da da. He wanted to even try out the IRL stream shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, so on the IRL, like what? You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to find out that he did try the IRL thing and he didn't even fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So he just, I guess the vision for IRLing is out the window as far as Illuminati go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying though. But yeah, man. So, you know, it's even to a point where, you know, when the time comes, you know, for me to just like see what kind of pockets of streaming I can get into. You feel what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people would be surprised that it's not just like sitting in front of maybe a desktop or just like maybe gaming all day, because that's another idea that people have. They may be like, yo, it's just gaming all day. That's that, right? So it's like, is there any other thing people can do? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog, it just it opens people up to a whole bunch of aspects to this thing. I think there's a picture that I want to paint right quick, right? The whole thing where it's like, yo, niggas like this didn't even, you know, it was from back during this time when he wouldn't even be nervous or kind of like hiding or be kind of like covert, or you know what I'm saying, with you know, speaking like this. Just like openly speak like this. Like how much do you think it is, I'm saying, to delete a person? Like, I'm a delete you. You know what I'm saying? Throwing Molotov cocktails type shit, like in the home where his wife, well, not wife, but baby mother and kid are living. Like, this guy is just, oh, I don't know. Like, okay, the one conclusion, well, the one kind of summary that I wanted to make about the MOS, well, for the MOS, is the fact that, you know the whole saying of like, you get the karmic talk, right? The karma talk, where you get the kind of energy that you put out in the world. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like with him, it's like gets the energy first. I don't know if I'm just like about to make sense or not. If not, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Leave it in the comments and show me how to see things from maybe a more sensible way according to you. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel like he first would experience this kind of like dark energy, dog. This kind of like, you know, this kind of energy where is reality. The universe is sort of planting psychopathic seeds in him by giving him the kind of reality that a psychopath, a victim to a psychopath would go through. So let me say that again. I feel like he saw things where it's like the universe, or the powers that is God or whatever, that entity had given him, right, the kind of reality that a psychopath's victim would go through. I'm not saying the universe is psychopathic and that's why he adopted that kind of behavior and was like, yo, since this is what I'm given, this is what I'm gonna give out. But I feel like this is the kind of play that was going on in his head, because you know what I'm saying, the degeneracy that would happen with the situation with his mother, him getting shot, him being with the kind of crowds that would like have his energy being like this, you know what I'm saying, the kind of enemies that he would develop in the process. All this shit started from an early age, you know what I'm saying. His the kind of environment he grew up in, it's like this, that whole typical black boy environment where it's like crazy, degenerate, dark, and that's the card that you're dealt, you know what I'm saying. I can respect the fact that he made something out of himself, but you know what I'm saying, the road to him making the person, the respectable version, that because there is a ton of respect that you can still put on Curtis Jackson. You feel what I'm saying? But the whole demeanor of saying things like this, you know what I mean? Being open about like murder, being open about your intentions towards people like your enemies, and things like that, right? And the kind of things that you would do, the kind of like threats that you would tell your baby mother, you know what I'm saying? As we heard, like the baby mother was like, yo, according to her, like Curtis was like, yo, I'ma delete you. I'm gonna delete you. Like I'm gonna delete you and the kid. Apparently, allegedly, according to BM. You feel me? It was like for him to even keep, like, you have to keep that in your mind to a certain level. You know what I mean? And I feel like he came with that from his like younger years, his formative years. So that's all that made sense. That's all that his environment had to just like, that's how his environment had to be. You know what I mean? For things to make sense. I don't know. Like, it's kind of a crazy thing. And so with that being said, that developed the psyche that would make him, kind of nigga that's like, that's, quick to bully people in front of everybody and get a kick from that kind of bullying publicly. You know what I'm saying? And humiliating people. I'm saying all of that to, you know what I'm saying, make sense of the whole situation and the moment where he now drops The Reckoning, this documentary. You know what I'm saying? We clearly see that homie, is not separate from his antics. He probably never will be at this point, dog. This nigga was pushing 60, and still he's like, he a troll of the decade. He a troll of the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? To a point where it's like, yo, some aspects of him is like, as I said, it's respectable. You admire like things like sometimes his humor, dog. You feel me? I know it's kind of it's dark to admit, like I don't know, whatever, but I'm gonna admit it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel like sometimes when he does do these things, where he goes through some sort of conflict with his enemies, and his character, like his sort of troll antics, it's like that situation may be a serious situation, but then you look at it like how he jokes on his enemy might have went through something really real, then like how he be joking on it, it's like he almost makes it seem like it's not real, like it's a movie. Like you know what I'm saying, like you can laugh at it, bruh. Whole time, you know what I mean? Nigga literally just chopped his enemy's head off through whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But then how he does it, yeah, it's like, it's kind of twisted, like, but it's amusing for me, so yeah, I feel like it'll never die, bro. Like the whole, you see it as degeneracy, well, it is degeneracy to some degree, but that's what developed Curtis Jackson to be Curtis Jackson. It's the kind of Curtis Jackson that we see today. So, you know what I'm saying? If you see the same psychology exhibited in your kind of reality too, it's like, for you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you make the judgment on whether to, because they are, like, this man's journey has been dichotomous in the fact that you do have a side to him where it's like, yeah, dog, like, I get why you would act like that. I get why you would be that ambitious, that just, like, driven to build yourself, to be the person you are. But look at where it came from. Look at where it was derived. So you needed these two worlds. The darkness, where it was derived, the whole degeneracy of you running from something for you to build. How you built was, was respectable to a certain level, It was admirable. Come on. Let's admit it. You feel me? So, if you resonate with Mr. Curtis Jackson right here, man, you'll make the decision as to whether you're going, down correct path that you want to go, or nah, like, this is too fucked up for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's hop back into it, man. My fault.
To go to the corporate shit.
Yeah, but he yaps.
What's up? Get him in the girl. I don't like the girl.
You trying to swallow?
Oh man, come on. We're gonna double that because the legal fees will be about 40,000-50,000 anyway, right? I'm 40. I'm gonna give you 40, man. It's a discount. It's a $10,000 discount in this one, man. You're both of them dead.
If there's one theme that 50 constantly brings up in his music, it's being antisocial, which is linked both to psychopathy and sociopathy. Let's roll the clip.
Since high school, nigga, I ain't got no friends. Got 2 380s like the ding dang queens. I'm anti-social, quit acting like you know me. Before I go postal, you know I gotta own this. I'm not friendly, I'm anti-social. Try me,
Antisocial. We see, we get it.
He will do things like secretly record a young buck crying over the phone and releasing it to the public. Let's roll the clip.
Yeah, you're gonna be alright. You hear me?
I'm wrong. The nigga just get confused.
I know. Tony's been the safest one. You know why?
Yeah.
He been staying closer.
Don't feel like I ain't been on board still.
Nah, don't worry. That should work out. You know what I'm saying?
50 even mocked the game for getting emotional.
Matter of fact, let me just add this kind of point, right? That, as we see this man like this, I wonder if the reality hits him, where it's like, when all of these things, because he literally is, he's the reason why, the humiliation ritual is as, the energy behind that is as potent as it is, bro. It's because of individuals that, inflict humiliation on other humans, though. It's like, what? But then now I'm asking myself, do y'all think the reality hits him, where it's like, all of this comes back to me, like, am I gonna be able to stand the rain, nigga? You know what I mean? Will I be able to stand what God has to serve me? Come on with it. It's just over. I don't know, dog. I don't know, like, you know what I think, bro? Like, I feel like this is something, M.O.S.POD.TAKE story. Look, I feel like this is something that I even kind of pointed out in some reaction that I did, right? The whole thing of just like you as a parent entrusting teachers, you know what I'm saying, like public servants to babysit your kids. It's just a glorified babysitting system. Because if we think about even the education system itself, there's a lot of people that don't, well, you know what I mean, they don't respect its integrity. I think that's what I want to say. Like, people are not seeing the value even in the education system, besides just like babysitting your kids. You feel what I'm saying? And just giving them pieces of paper, which can just like guarantee them jobs. And even now, the further we move on with time, those pieces of paper, aka qualifications, degrees, diplomas, advanced this, then the third, master's degrees, all of that kind of thing, right? They don't even seem to guarantee jobs, you know what I mean, or putting you in environments that can like have stable income, aka salary for you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the whole play of it. That's like it. That's all. I feel like beyond that, you have to do a whole lot of educating yourself. I feel like beyond the point where the education system ends it within your life journey, beyond that, the real education starts. You understand what I'm saying? The real learning life starts. The education system is there to just like place you in terms of your survival and how you survive, and then from there it's like, yo, you could go crazy if you want. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, that's why I'm like, yo, it's nothing but just a glorified babysitting system. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, what am I trying to say? The jail system, justice system, right? People that become incarcerated, people that become locked up, shit like that, right? That's just like babysitting the degenerates of society. You know what I'm saying? That's just babysitting the people that are overcome by the darkness of the world. So now they don't belong in society. You understand what I'm saying? So it's nothing but that when it comes to that. So I feel like it used to be of value, right? These things used to be of value where it's like we even know that once you come out of jail, you really are rehabilitated, reformed. You have a new mind, right? You're rewired. But like people just like, there's even a train of thought, there's even a train of consciousness where it's like, yo, nah, there's jailbirds, people that understand that they belong there. You know, moment they get out, they just want to go back in, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So things have developed in a way where it's like, if you don't do the work as a parent, you know what I mean, from the crib, from at home with this kid, you know, trusting a teacher to you know, put your kid in line is actually, for me, it's foolishness. I'm not gonna lie, it's pure foolishness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because as the video said, dog, it's like, yo, what was the point of you know what I mean, having the kid if you are not gonna be the person like just like molding this kid's mind, you know, molding this kid's understanding of even morality and shit like this. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you know, because now teachers are overwhelmed, bro. Like, okay, here's another thing that I want to add within this whole talk, right? Is the fact that, yes, as I mentioned, teachers, dog, you know, especially the younger and younger they are, it's like they are developed out of a generation that understood the generation that, you know, brought them up. You know, nah, they were too this, that, and the third. They were too rough. No, they were too insensitive. No, now we have to be more sensitive to the kids, you know, more emotionally there with the kids, you know what I mean, to a point where it's like, for me, you know, the negative extreme of that can be the fact that these kids, they don't grow a backbone. These kids, they you know what I'm saying, the first the slightest you know, motion of them having a taste of discipline, bro, I'm talking about like hard discipline, it's like it's a violation. You've just violated them. You know what I'm saying? So these kids have understood, well, the newer generation, maybe even millennials, you know what I mean? They are their parents now. They are the teachers now that are teaching these kids, these Gen Alphas, you know what I mean? And Gen Zs. You feel me? So with them having, you know, this mindset of like, no, I won't do the whole hard love, tough love thing. I'll just, you know, this is how I brought my kids up. Now I'm employed as a teacher. I'm gonna raise these kids up the same way. You understand what I'm saying? And then these kids' parents, they expect me to grow a backbone out of these kids. It's like, what the hell are we doing? Like, nah, bruh. It's too burdensome. It's too heavy for me to do that. I'm not gonna parent your kid at school. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to teach, type thing. You know what I mean? If we cannot have a workaround, you know, with this whole situation, I'd rather quit. You know what I mean? Hence, you know, you get a title like, yo, why Gen Alphas are you know, quitting in 2025. Well, Gen Alpha teachers quitting. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's the whole shifting of the responsibility to people like teachers. You know what I mean? We get phenomenons like this. You understand what I'm saying? And there's another point that I wanted to raise, dog. I think it'll come to me as we move along, right? But yeah, let's hop back into it, bro. Let's hop back into it.
At home, but now teachers were expected to play parent and teacher. Nope, not playing that game. I'm here to be your teacher, not your parent. And it really,
it's like, yes,
Okay, no. Let me just wrap up my point by saying, okay, no, it's a parenting problem, right? Maybe a parenting problem. Either, oh my God, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm even in a space to give this kind of advice, parental advice. Okay, let me not do that, because I was gonna say it's either like how people parent kind of changes if we're gonna have this kind of format of just the education system like this, you know what I mean, where it's like, yo, nah, the education system is there to play a role, you know, and you're supposed to play your role in parenting your kids. But then now if you're gonna shift that responsibility, it's gonna make the whole exchange janky, the whole exchange of like this kid being at home versus being at school, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it janky, you know what I'm saying? So it's either like parents change how they parent, so like, you know, I don't know, bro, like just like have your kids not act a fool at school, you know what I'm saying? Or the education system is gonna have to change how they deliver their education to these kids. You feel what I'm saying? So that, you know, other parents are actually forced to be hands-on with their kids. I'm thinking like just on like the education on, like, okay, this for an example, right? Imagine the whole online education, the whole education system being online. Let me breathe, dog. You know what I'm saying? I be just like worried. I be tripping on my words and everything like this because a whole lot of thoughts be hitting me at the same time. I want to just like let them all out at the same time. But yeah, let me breathe, right? Now imagine the whole education system being delivered online. You know what I'm saying? People just like I'm talking about even publicly. The whole thing. No more just waking up and going to a physical place to go get your education. It's like, yo, you get your education at home. Now, when kids is at home, like, you know, these parents have to find other ways to just like make sure that they have their eyes on their kids or some shit somehow. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or take your kid. Let me not. I was gonna say take your kid to work type shit. Like, not make that a take your kid work day, but make that every day. So that, you know what I'm saying? Because since if the education thing is gonna be online, they can take their devices with them, you know, to your work spot as you are there supervising them while being at work at the same time. But I don't know like how that's gonna work. It's gonna depend on like where you work type shit. Because, you know what I mean? I feel like it's important at this point. I already got, you know what I mean? It's like getting into the game, knowing like the kind of competency levels that you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like your quality of just like skill to a point where it's like you already know the result, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing. You feel me? That's why I never start with the moral of story, but I feel like, yo, with 21, bro, like this nigga is an acquired taste at this point. Right? This nigga is literally like his sound and everything like that. I don't know how many albums, bro, or I don't know how many projects. Well, you can include singles in that kind of chat where it's like, bro, have you ever heard a sound that's anything like the Savage sound on a Savage project? No, right? So it's like he does have this specific niche down kind of flavor, kind of sound to him, and at this point he's like an acquired taste. It's like you have to have prior knowledge, prior understanding, prior like having tapped in prior, you know what I mean, to Savage, or, you know, have been referenced to him a certain number of times for you to even, you know what I mean, search him up. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, he dropped again. Okay, let me just look that up. To be that kind of person with 21 Savage, you know what I mean, you have to have past experience. Now, I only say this because it's the same routine, ritualistic at this point. It's a ritual for Savage to hit this kind of like sound in terms of sonics, in terms of production, beat selection. You know what I'm saying? It's quick, it's easy to be like, oh no, it's mid. It's easy, like he's at a point where, you know, it's easy to put the mid thing on him, the mid tag, but then like he's a layered artist, right? Especially as I said, like from your previous experience from him, what you've heard from, you know, previous past experience, blah blah blah. Like there's a certain way to listen to Savage. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's a certain kind of ear that can like understand him, a certain kind of mind that can understand what he's trying to put across. You know what I mean? So you listen to him on the surface, you might just say it's boring. You might just, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But it's the Savage sound, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? And so there's a bunch of tracks on this project that do give that. that generic Savage sound that just like needs your kind of deeper understanding, especially if you've been a Savage right, a Savage fan. If you've been tapped in, you know, tracks like Where You From, right? They got that generic like taste to it. Tracks like Ha, you know, I'm talking about that if we were to put a category to it, if we were to put like a flavor or like a tag, you know what I'm saying, like a color to it, like I'd go ahead and be like thriller hip hop, you know what I'm saying, like thriller, death thriller, like, you know what I'm saying, because it's threatening. It's a bunch of threats. It's street shit. It's a bunch of threats. That's a fact. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, tracks like Hot, tracks like Step Brothers. You feel what I mean? Step Brothers, I got that from the Step Bros. What else? I think Full Cup or Cup Full, something like that. It gave that kind of thing, right? But then you get you get the version of that that's kind of like, I'd say, ear friendly, bro. You get the kind of version of that thriller kind of rap, Savage rap, right? But that's kind of, you know, it has the bounce to it, the, you know, fluidity to it. I don't know, man. Just like I don't know whether to call Pop It some, you know, a track that was intended to make people feel good, but I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? Like listening to it like in the background, Pop It is kind of like one of those. It has the Savage Savage vibe. He didn't miss at all. You feel what I mean? And then what else? Kind of vibe. I don't know what he was trying to do with what is it, Mr. Recoup? The one with Drake. You know, I don't know what he was trying to do there. Like that one, it's too basic, bro. Even with the Savage sound that I'm trying to get at you, it's too simplistic to a point where I don't even know who produced that. Right, Mr. Recoup. Let me hit up my boy Co-Pilot and see that. Cause at the same time, it might be just a matter of, you know, niggas having certain producers that will give the song credibility no matter how ass the song sounds. Co-Pilot, how are you doing, sir?
Hey there, Seasway. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
You know, we gotta start respectful. Look, 21 Savage, there's a song on his latest album. The song called Mr. Recoup featuring Drake. Who produced that? Do you have that data?
Alright, got the scoop for you. The track Mr. Rycroft featuring Drake was produced by a British producer who goes by the name Lost Boy. His real name's Peter Rycroft. He's been around the block with a lot of big names in the industry. So hey, on the topic of music, what kind of tracks have you been into lately?
A lot of big names. Like what's his street cred? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, totally. Lost Boy's got some solid street cred in the biz. He's worked with big UK artists like Dua Lipa and Anne-Marie, so he's definitely respected behind the scenes. It's kind of one of those if you know, you know situations. So I'm curious, do you lean more towards that kind of UK pop sound, or are you into a different vibe?
I was just like curious about the song Mr. Recoup, you know what I mean? Because it's not the kind of song I would expect from a Savage. I mean the Drake parts were hard. The Drake parts were pretty hard. I feel like this whole, you know, the whole laid back, lazy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yeah, at that point you gotta listen deeper than just the production, because the production is ass. I'm not respect. Like it's under par. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like, yo, that's one of the songs that kind of forces you to listen to something much deeper than just like the sonics, the sound and shit, like, because that's like, yeah, it is what it is. Yo, let's get to my favorites, right? Dog shit was not dog shit. You know what I'm saying? It was not dog shit. It was mad hard. Dog shit, like, look, dog shit, come on, right? A little bit of a cheer, come on. You know what I'm saying? I know I got this soundboard going. It might be overbearing, but I literally gotta use it. You know, I gotta use it, especially where necessary. Come on, dog shit, it deserves that. Dog shit deserves that. Facts. Where you from is actually mad hard. Understand what I'm saying? As I said, it is one of those songs where it's like, it's the acquired taste Savage, right? It's the kind of Savage that you've been familiar with if you are into that sound. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the sound that song just projects. You know what I mean? It's the traditional. It's generic, but you know, it's hard. You feel me? And I feel like it's one of the songs that made me lean into giving 21 Savage a new nickname, right? I'm gonna go ahead. You know, I was thinking Blick baby, right? Or Blick boy. You know what I mean? Blick baby, Blick boy. Some like that man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about lines where it's, let's say like I think it's in where you from. Big pole like the North Pole, cause we keep poles. Something like big pole from the North Pole, cause we keep like something like that. Like all about poles, dog. You the pole guy. Pause. Yo, pause. Pole guy, because you know we gotta clarify what you know what we talking about. No, he the stick man. Yeah, maybe the stick man, Blick baby. You know what I mean, Blick baby boomer. Feel me? Yeah. And I would. Another thing, Step Brothers, right? That I gotta point out about Step Brothers. I feel like, yo, Step Brothers is one of the songs. I'm talking about Savage's part. I know he got a feature on there. Can't remember who it is now. But it's kind of like he's got these recurring themes where he's letting us know, bro, that yeah, I know you might see me pop up with a certain somebody or whatever, because there are themes of like, you know, his bitch, and he has to point that out. Right, he has to. He a rapper. He gotta point that out. His bitch status. You feel me? How he feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Is he still a loose screw when it comes to those kind of lanes? Right? When it comes to those kind of streets. You feel what I'm saying? And so, right? We've been hearing a lot about Lotto. Let's keep it a bean. You feel me? Like we've been hearing a whole lot. He's been popping out with Lotto, shit like that. And so, you know, allegedly, bro, if that's the case, I feel like we might see a picture of how things might turn out. That's if they're serious with what they got going on, and if, you know, the speculations are proven true or proven to be real, and the rumors, you know, that's if it's proven to be real. But you can kind of clearly see the picture, you know what I'm saying, of what's about to go on, because like I feel like there's parts where, what is he saying? Bitch, you must have lost your mind. I came to beat some. Like he said something about that. It's like, bitch, you must have lost your mind. Like, came to beat some. He came to beat some. He's not serious about nothing when it comes to that. He just want to beat cheeks. That's it. So it's kind of like we might get the Cardi B Offset kind of themes, and it's like I can only respect, you know, rappers that are transparent about that kind of layer to them, right? That kind of side to them, where it's like, look, I'm gonna be straight up with you in terms of how I'm coming. Right, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Like, look, straight up, I'm a cheat. You feel me? I'm a look outside this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a get busy. I'm a dog. You feel me? So it's like he's making it clear, in some sort of angle. You feel what I'm saying? Some sort of angles he's making it clear, especially if we're gonna take these rumors, you know, with him and Lotto like seriously. You feel me? I think there's also a line, she a diva and a demon, and he says something like that. So like, she a diva and a demon. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, Lotto does give that kind of vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? He does give that kind of vibe. So it's like the transparency goes beyond just like, yo, this is my intention in the game. It's also my intention with these bitches, with these hoes. Like, what are we talking about? You feel what I mean? So that's what and these are the kind of layers that I feel like, you know, you can respect about a Savage, especially when I say like it's an acquired taste with this kind of thing, right? It's an acquired taste with Savage, bro. Feel me? I think Lotto is on like one of them, right? It's Hop It or some shit like that. Hop It, right? Hop something. But yeah, another thing that I can champion is the appearance of, you know, the kind of female presence that's on the project, bro. And it's not just any, yeah, come on. It's not just any kind of like female or whatever. It's like you can hear clearly that it's the kind of females that take their craft seriously. You feel what I'm saying? Even on just like Pop It, you know, I feel like with Lotto, I like the, like, in terms of delivery. When we're talking delivery, you know what I mean? I pay attention to the technical shit of things, right? In terms of her delivery and just like how her voice sits on the thing, it's really cool. I fuck with that. But obviously, you know what I'm saying? Still skimpy, still ratchet, still, you know, the usual shit that you can just like expect from somebody like Lotto, right? And like she just open about, you know, I'm just trying to remember now, even the lines, bro. I think she talks about like just like, you know, push it to the side, like, you know, she just like pushing it to the side. I think that's the undergarment, that is, just push it to the side and then boom, bush baby, nigga. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even shaving. Like you know, it's interesting the fact that she can come off this raw, you know what I'm saying, and unhygienic, like openly. You feel me? Like, what I'm trying to say is that Lotto is herself. It's like, if you know, you know. You know, do your homework. I wouldn't even suggest that you do your homework if you're trying to be a high value man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say go consume this for research purposes. You know what I mean? If you're trying to keep, I don't know, man, your mental kind of like clean and uncontaminated by ignorant speech. But, you know, she is who she is. She got, you know, the kind of following that she got, meaning people are into her, you know, on that front. So on that front, you feel me, when it comes to Lotto, I could respect just like her pocket, you feel me, how she like chopped it up. She came through in terms of skill, but yeah, aesthetic and shit like that, it is what it is, man. This is, personally, I'm not into it. But dog shit though, oh my god, Glorilla though, you know what I mean, I fuck with it. Glorilla went hard, bro. Glorilla, you know what I mean? She deserves the kind of respect that she's getting. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, she's just that female rapper for me that's like, she's solidifying herself with each and every drop and every place, you know, or song where she presents herself, where she's present, right? AKA where she's featured. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't even listened to her projects. Like, I don't even know if she got projects, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real, I don't even know if she got projects, when her last project was. But features, oh hell, yeah, nah, she got there with the features though, you know what I'm saying? There's this one song, bro, it's what out, yo, with your hoe, let me see, bro, let me not get shit twisted, bro, something out with your hoe, some shit like that, right? Wait, jump out with your hoe, yeah. Jump out with your hoe is like another thing that I just wanted to highlight. The fact that, yo, this nigga, what's the line? She my bitch, but we don't go together, or some shit. Like, she my bitch, but we don't go together. Like, you know what I mean? It's the kind of thing where you do look at, you know, a girl like Lotto. Again, allegedly, bro, if really they be kicking it like that. And you're like, yo, you know, if you're a sane human being and, you know, but you still accept this kind of thing, this kind of behavior from your man, alleged man, it's like, yo, something's questionable about you. It's either that, or you are, with this, you are blatantly coming out and accepting the fact that, you know, you are as skimpy as your aesthetic presents you to be. And I'm only gonna point that out because other artists, they live double lives. You feel me? They live double lives. It's like they don't live the kind of life that they present in their music. So, but I think, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, Lotto, it might be deeper than the music. It might be deeper than what you present within the media. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but overall, bro, I don't know, man. Overall, when we're talking, you know, this whole album, like, what happened to the streets, I mean, it's even in the name. He's trying to remain the poster boy for the streets, especially when we see, you know, the reputation of what's been going on with the streets. You feel me? When we talking, you know, the rat shit, bro. Come on, the rat land shit. You know what I mean? I want to stay silent because you know, niggas is mad sensitive about this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Even Savage himself might be mad sensitive about this kind of thing. You know, because you find on songs like what's that one song, bro? I think it's Code of Honor, something like that. Like there's clear images. Man, what's the song, man? Let me get my shit right. Let me get my shit. No, this is the wrong thing, man. Let me get my shit right. I don't just want to talk. Is it halftime? Halftime interlude? I don't know. There's like some places where he's openly like, yo, you know, like, I still stand for this thing. Like, the streets, it's just that niggas been violating the code of the streets. There is such a thing as just the entity of the code of the streets. That's the principles and everything like that. And then you can literally separate that from the participants in there. You know what I mean? That's why he can feel the way that he does still feel about the streets, even though, people around him within close proximity, bruh, just like, have dirtied up the reputation of the streets, by blatantly ratting, right? Blatantly just like going against the code. And that's why I can respect songs like, Code of Honor. You feel me? Shout out to that one. I think he got Herbo on that one. And it's even transparent too. It's deep. You know what I mean? Like, he gets really deep into the reason of why he's trapped in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And this is blatant, bro. It's not even like I'm trying to talk down on the nigga, but this is the imagery that he gives because he frequents this kind of energy, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, man. One of the bigger lessons that I get from that is the fact that, no matter the success of like whatever is outside of the streets, once it's consumed, you're never gonna go. You might not go out of it. You might just remain trapped. There's like this one bar, I think it's on Where You From or How, some shit like that, where he's like, $1 billion, then I might have to, I don't know, stop rapping or some shit like that. What's the something about like $1 billion and then he's out, right? So all you need, like, I'm talking about the music, that is, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. Okay, that's the understanding that I kind of got. I might be understanding it wrong. Put things in the comments, bro, where it's like, yo, nah, I got shit twisted. This might be what savage means here. You feel me? I ain't trying to get into a situation where, where we repeat Trap, what is it? Trap Loros and what's the other guy there? Central C. Trap Loros and Cinch type situation. I ain't trying to repeat that, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't trying to repeat that. You feel me? So, I'm trying to get niggas' intentions right. So what happened to the streets, man? Really good question, man. Really good question. Now,